What we're looking at here, the two, the flies and the squid. Now let me show you how I put this herring strip on. Here's my fillet of my herring. I simply take a pair of scissors, like I showed you earlier, and now this is on the water actually doing it. Fishing. That's what it's all about. Realism here. I can just throw that away. Get the scissors. That goes right there on that one. I'll cut another one here. Get them ready. Remember I talked about if it's a dark green fly, you want to use the white belly of the herring to complement it. Remember, don't get into the middle of the meat like we talked about. Put that on right there. What we're looking for. Right like that. That comes down, complements it. That's what we want right there. That's perfect. That's what I want you to do when you're out fishing. That'll work. Okay, let's get this gear in the water and catch ourselves a fish. I want to talk a little bit about how I keep my herring fresh and the things that I do. I use a lot of rock salt. That works good. Also, if you notice here, I use a little Playmate cooler, and I put ice in that cooler. In the center of the cooler, I have a little blue cup that I put my herring in. You can see the fillets down there. And surrounded by that blue cup, I put ice. And on the ice, I put just a little bit of rock salt to keep everything cold. Scissors stay right in the middle, and I have a little rule on my boat that the guy that kicks over the bait bucket has to clean the fish. That's the rule. Of course, then all you have to do is put the lid on. Stays nice and fresh. All the herring and everything will stay nice. Right now we're working these flies on this downrigger here, 130 feet on this side, 115 on this downrigger. Rod tips are always kept tight when you fish with flashers and flies and squids and downriggers, more or less. Rod action must be tight. Tight lines. You hear a lot of people say that. Tight lines. Sharp hooks, tight lines. Let's hit one. Come on, fish. When trolling a fly and a squid, you want to keep your boat speed up. Notice that rod tip. What's it doing? Pulsating. That pulsating action tells me that the flasher's rotating clean and that fly is darting and jigging like I showed you earlier. Tongue twisted today a little bit. All I want is a big fish. Come on, fish, let's go. Here's kind of a rule of thumb that you might want to remember, that when it's a real dark, cloudy day, heavy on glow-in-the-dark, and use a white color combination. If it's a bright, sunny day with a lot of sunlight, dark green combination on those bright, sunny days. Notice the glow-in-the-dark beads in that fly. Also, they're standard in the squid. One of the things that a lot of guys like to do is they like to charge them up either with a flash cube or a big bright flashlight, or even a deck light will work. Charge them up. That works good for me. Another thing that you might want to try doing is keep your flies in a nice rifle case. It's real easy to do. Simply get yourself a rifle case, cut some of the foam out of it so it's not so thick, take some roofing nails, push into the foam the roofing nails. The leaders will stay nice and long and straight, and of course the hooks then can be pushed into the foam. The way that I attach the roofing nails on the back so they don't slide out is I just take some wire and wrap around the back of the nail. That holds them in really good. Then all you have to do is just hook the leader on the top of the nail. It'll stay nice and clean for you, like these are. Okay, easy. Oftentimes guys will take 2 flies and put them on top of each other, or they'll take a squid and add a fly to it, or they'll even take 2 squids and put them on top of each other. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. Let's go grab a hot one right out of the box. A dual squid combination. Sometimes that's hot. Big bait, big fish. Here's a white fly over a green squid. Mix and match. A lot of times guys like to trim the little tentacles off the squid. Let me show you here what I mean. Take a pair of fingernail clippers and lighten that squid up just a little bit by clipping them out. You can change a lot of action, a lot of design by doing it that way. This is the doc telling you that when you're out on a boat fishing like what we've done here on flies, squids, and bait, it's real important to always remember, keep your hook sharp, your leaders clean, and fly color combinations, I believe, are real important, especially if you stay with the greens and the whites. Stay with the all-white fly early morning crack of dawn. If it was me and I had a fly and a squid, I would put a fly on one side of the boat and a squid on the other. I would stay with a dark green fly or squid on one side, and I'd go a white combination fly or squid on the other side.